Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsyreplays and welcome back to channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Tiger 131. Now, I wasn't going to make a video on the Tiger 131. I have done one previously. But you know what? I had a couple of battles and they were okay battles. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just chuck them in a short and sweet video. So the Tiger 131 is basically the same as the Kuro Mori Mini, almost exactly the same. In fact, it's slightly worse. The power to rate ratio, the effective HP, and the armor is slightly worse than the Kuro. So what is the point of buying the 131 if you have the Kuro? I mean, fair enough, the credit coefficient, because it's a premium tank, whereas the Kuro is now a collectible, but it's just not worth it. I mean, a lot of people have the Kuro because it was a free tank. So why buy this? I mean, the Kuro, if you look at the Kuro, it's doing better in every single way. And it's had a lot more players playing it, like loads more players. Only 190 people have been playing the 131 over the last 90 days, which is not a lot compared to the Kuro at 983. Everything about the last 30 days is better in the Kuro than is the 131. Now, it's come for gold now. Before it was, I think it was for money, and I can't remember how much I paid. It was like 20 quid or something like that. But honestly, I only bought it because I thought it was a tier 7 to start off with. My mistake, I should have looked, and I didn't look at the stats. If I would have looked at the stats, then I probably wouldn't have bought it. Well, I definitely wouldn't have bought it. The annoying thing was that I bought this when I was on my way down to Tankfest. I was on my way down to Tankfest. I had a little stop to get some food, and I bought the tank. Now, as soon as I got to Tankfest, Wargaming gave me a code for a 131. So even if I didn't buy it, I would have had one anyway. But, you know, guys, if you've got a Kuro, just don't buy the tank. It's, what is it, 6,000 gold? So it's not crazy expensive, but I'm pretty sure you can find better ways to spend 6,000 gold. I would, if you own the Kuro and you wanted to look at buying this, seriously, use that 6,000 gold to get free XP or credits or something, because it's just not worth buying at all. I mean, the Kuro, even though the stats feel, are on paper the almost exact same, it still feels a lot different. I mean, this feels slower than the Kuro does, and for me, the speed makes a lot of difference, and I seem to bounce a lot more in the Kuro than I do this. I mean, this battle here, we've bounced 450 damage, but we've been absolutely wrecked. Now, that was my own fault. That is not the tank's fault. I decided to cross the bridge and get absolutely wrecked by the medium tanks just to get a KV1. So that wasn't the tank. That was just me in general. So this battle, we're on 1,200 damage. I mean, we've got 2 bases. We are slightly losing on supremacy points. But now we're going to get rushed. And I mean, look, we're trying to angle the best we can, side, front, and we are just not bouncing anything from a light tank. You should bounce from a light tank. At least if you're angled, you should at least get a few bounces. Now, yes, we have had a few bounces. I mean, we've had 540, which in effect has saved our life, because otherwise we will be dead. But I just don't enjoy the tank, and this is the thing that I always look at now when new tanks come in the game. I look at it, I look at the stats, is it worth buying, and am I going to play the tank? No. If I didn't own this tank and I bought it, once I aced the tank, I would probably never play it again, and then the 6,000 gold seems quite expensive, and this is exactly what I said about the Edelweiss and the Nameless and the Vulcan. they are only worth the money if you are going to play it. I mean, you could buy this tank for 10,000 gold, 20,000 gold. If you buy this tank for 20,000 gold and it's the only tank you play for the rest of your blitz journey, then of course 20,000 gold, it seems a good deal. But it's 6,000 gold, and I mean, I'm not going to play it again. And so that means I've just wasted 6,000 gold for a couple of games. It's not worth it. So this battle, we've done all right. We did okay. We still somehow managed to stay alive. 2,700 damage, and we do get the mastery badge. We do get a steel wall, surprisingly, and we get the high caliber. I mean, 54,000 credits we earn at 1,045 base XP. We are on NA server. I don't think that would have been an ace on EU server. It was quite difficult to ace the tank on EU server. So we have one good battle, and because we had that one battle, I decided, you know what, I've got the ace now. I've got a decent battle. Let's go jump in it again. So this was the very, very next battle. So again, we are top tier. When you're top tier, you will get bounces. Of course you will get bounces. In a heavy tank, top tier, any heavy tank that is top tier should get bounces, in fairness. So it is supremacy, and we are going to push towards C. And as you can see, the KV-1S in the middle there, and almost everyone else, I mean 4 or 5 or different tanks, have been spotted around the C area. So we're going to poke forward, and we're just going to stop the Stug getting the cap. And we're just going to poke forward to see if we can shoot anyone. I mean, don't come out at that angle. That is stupid of me. Luckily, we do get away with it this time. But when there's 4 or 5 tanks that are in front of you, poking out at this angle is not such a good idea. So we are going to change that in a minute. We are going to start angling. Now, this is where you will start getting bounces. When you can angle this tank, the tank feels like a very good tank, because you will 100% get some bounces. But that's the same as the Kuro. It's exactly the same as the Kuro. If you angle, you're going to get some troll bounces, and it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to pen you when you are angled. I mean, that Stug there, he bounces. I mean, I think he tried hitting our front plate at this angle, and then he's just staring at a wall. I mean, I think he's just been told from the teacher, you've been naughty, face the wall, because he stupidly bounced the shot when I was side on. So we do manage to take him out, so 1,400 damage already. There goes the KV2, which was the biggest target, and now we're going to shoot the KV-1S. We're going to put him on fire. I mean, we're going to do, what, 420, 439, 439, and then we're going to shoot him again for 662 damage between 2 shots. So now it's just 3 tanks left alive. We are going to flank around. I didn't realise these 2 was here, but for the moment we are going to ignore them to take out the Wolverine. And we don't want to go face off with a VK36 that has been buffed, because he's got really good armour, and to penetrate him we really need to fully aim in at that bottom plate. But he doesn't last very long. One of our team, maybe the KV2, just completely annihilated him. So it now just leaves the Scavenger, and of course we bounced 790 damage this game, and again that has saved our life, because we've bounced more hit points than we've currently got. So you can bounce easily, you can bounce, but that is top tier. If you're bottom tier, you will really struggle in this tank. But overall, I don't think the tank is worth it. I mean, just keep your gold. As you know, Halloween is coming up. There might be an event. You might be able to use that gold for something a lot better. I don't know what's coming. I mean, we've seen 2 new tanks, the Stug and another tank coming. I mean, you might need that gold to complete an event to get one of them tanks. Maybe. That will be better than this. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Just nice, short, sweet video on the 131. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.